left the house in Mount Wolf in the hopes that I would be 15 minutes early. But we ran into a traffic jam that brought us to a dead stop for 45 minutes, so I'm really sorry I'm late. And I'd like to thank you for that really nice introduction. By the way, I was the only PhD forklift operator, which is something a lot of people don't really know. Let me just say, you are at the center of the future of this country, and certainly in Pennsylvania. And I know a lot of people like me stand up and talk about that kind of thing, but there's a really interesting thing that has happened in our economy in the last 10 years. You all know this, but the Shell cracker plant in Western Pennsylvania, anybody here from Western Pennsylvania? Okay. You know, that's a really big deal. And I've gone out a number of times talking about what we can do to make sure that does what I'm pretty sure it's going to do, and that is create a lot of manufacturing opportunities, not just for Western Pennsylvania, but for Pennsylvania. I mean, we have some really great opportunities there. But I was floored when I was out there and talking to people in your line of work. It used to be, you go to Western Pennsylvania, right, and you talk about, you know, we need more jobs. We need more opportunities. We need more companies that are going to come here and open up and create the jobs. We don't take any job. Well, that wasn't what we're talking about out there now. Now we're talking about, do we have enough skills to meet the demand? I mean, they're talking 10,000 opportunities every year that we just can't fill because we don't have the skills. And you're at the heart of it. And I don't know, and again, since you said, I was in the business sector for most of my adult life, and we paid well, we had good benefits, but making sure that we had the right alignment of skills in our company was really an important thing, and it's an even more important thing right now. So you're at the heart of that, and I don't mean to pile on, but it's a really difficult set of issues. Workforce development is something that people just throw away as a phrase, and for years it was just that. You know, you talk about workforce development, and it was something that you did. It had to do with education. It had a little bit to do with, but no one really knew how to do it. And it is really a complicated thing. It's not just a matter of skills. You can train someone to be a welder. That's great, and everybody uses that as the example. We need more welders. Well, I'm sure we do. But I can guarantee you that whatever welding is right now, it's not going to be that 5 years from now. So not only are you going to have to train someone to have the specific skills you need right now to be a welder, but you're going to have to train that person to be able to move from being a welder 2016 to being a welder in 2021. And those are two very different sets of skills. Someone has to have specific skills for now, and someone has to be a lifelong learner. Someone has to be healthy too. I mean, I'm focused on the opioid crisis, and this is a bipartisan thing. Pennsylvania is struggling with this right now. Employers are too, and employees are. You're going to have to figure out how to get people who are not only good at what they do now, but are able to learn something new in the future, and who are going to have the kind of life skills that make them good team players and make them healthy. These are really tough things. And I know you're talking about all those things, but it's not just a matter of figuring out, you know, how can I turn someone who has a high school diploma or not into a welder. It's not that simple. It's real, as you know, it's really hard. So I'm here not to tell you what you already know. I'm just here to tell you that I really think this is important. You're at the heart of the future of our economy. And if you can't figure it out, all the collaborative skills that you have, all the different talents you all bring to this process, we're not going to get it done. So I want to, you know, thank you for doing what you're doing. It really is an important work. I could go through all the things that you know WIOA has done to help you in this process, but ultimately it comes right down to you. I know there's some board members here. There are a lot of staff members here. All of you have to work together with employers, educators, with each other to figure out how we're going to move forward in this very complicated environment. And frankly, it's not working. You don't have to see the presidential election or watch what it's led up to know that there are a lot of frustrated, angry, and worried people out there. And they're frustrated, angry, and worried partially because they're not sure that they have what it takes to make it in this modern world. Well, it's up to you to figure out how they have those skills. It's up to you to figure out how we take care of that frustration and anger and worry. The people who are going to make our economy run in the future are going to have what you want them to have. They're going to have jobs if you do what we need you to do. So I'm not here to tell you again what you're doing. You already know that. I'm here to tell you how important it is, because I'm going to bask in your reflected glory if you can actually bring this economy the skills, the talents, the people it really needs. Because we have a lot of opportunities here in Pennsylvania. It's not just the Shell Cracker plant. We have some of the greatest universities. We're in one right here in the world, in Pennsylvania. If we were an independent economy, we'd be the 19th now largest economy in the world if we were an independent country. So this is a big place. This is a place that we can do some great things. I built my business here. When I sold it last year, we were in 32 states. We were headquartered in York, Pennsylvania. We have a great workforce. We have a great tradition of making things here. We have a great tradition of a healthy economy. And we can do that. We can keep that strong and hallowed tradition, but it really depends on your hard work. So I just want to encourage you to do what you're doing. It's really important to all of us in Pennsylvania. It's important to our future. If you can't do this, I'm not sure how we're going to succeed. So it's that important. So take seriously what you're doing. Take seriously the mission that you're on, and have a great rest of the conference. And again, I'm really sorry I was late. Thank you very much.